Hey, lovely people. Welcome to my channel, Being a Carer with Moi, Kes. My name is Kesena Akwara Ate, a health and social care trainer. Welcome to all you amazing old and new subscribers who keep returning to watch my videos. You are simply the best of the best. And hey, if you are just tumbling on this channel for the first time, hey, what are you waiting for? Click on that subscribe button, like, and of course, click on that notification bell. So whenever I upload a new video, you will be the first to know. All right? Okay, so let's get down to what we have to talk about today. Now, I honestly and truly hope this is not a lengthy video because I honestly and truly do not like doing long videos. Yeah. So today we're talking about, based on popular demand, a lot of you wrote to me and said, oh, could you do a video on how to write a CV? So hence this video, how to write a CV as a support worker or a healthcare assistant. And I will also be mentioning how to write it as well for those who have no experience whatsoever in care. Okay, so let's get to it. Now, there are 7 key areas you must understand a CV must have. Now, we call it CV. I think America calls it resume, but they mean basically the same thing. So what are the 7 key components that it must have? It must have, number 1, contact. How they can get in touch with you if you made it to be shortlisted. So on your contact, which is your first thing you put on there, is your full name. And sometimes I always say that it's always good to write it the way it appears on your passport, if you have one. Okay? Then you have your home address. And then followed by your email address. And of course, your phone number. So they can get in touch with you. And of course, your email address as well. So they can get in touch with you if they need to. Hopefully they do. Next up is your personal statement. Now, this is the part that actually does concern me. Now, I have worked, for over 20 odd years. And I can tell you that CV, it sells you. It is what brands you, what embodies who you are, what your ethos are. Does that make sense? So your personal statement or personal profile must be straight to the point, concise and precise. No storytelling, no slangs. Take, for instance, you have experience because, we're looking at auxiliary nurses who are also needed, who are applying to come work in the UK as healthcare assistant or support workers. So therefore, you have experience. Yeah? So what you're going to write on that your personal statement would be an experienced, enthusiastic, empathetic care assistant with, say, 5 years experience, okay? I am devoted and committed to patient safety, all right? Taking care of them and ensure that they're free and safe from abuse and neglect, and of course, monitoring and recording their vital signs, all right? It's my passion to ensure that they meet their nutrition and hydrational needs. Now, in that personal that I've just mentioned, what do I have there? I have something related to hygiene, manual handling, and safeguarding. And that is why I did say that doing those courses are very important. For someone who's already an auxiliary nurse or a nurse already who's want to come and apply as a healthcare assistant, it's easier because they have the experience. Yeah? Now, if you do not have any experience, particularly as a support worker, because I don't believe there's anywhere apart from Europe and maybe America where they do support work. In Africa, and I think Asia and South America, I don't really know. But I know that in Africa and Asia, we don't really do much support work as we do here in the UK. So therefore, your experience may not really amount to much. So for a healthcare assistant with no experience, you want to say there that you are a reliable, okay, enthusiastic care assistant, okay, with the required care certificates and looking forward to maximize the skills you have learned to care for the vulnerable and the elderly, ensure that they are safe and comfortable. And again, you can also add free from abuse and neglect as well. And of course, that you're also there to ensure that their moving and handling is properly done and the monitoring and recording of their vital signs is done appropriately. So you have put there that you do not have any experience, but you are willing to maximize. Okay? So that is that. Now, if you're a support worker, because like I said, if you're from Africa or wherever that you don't have supported living homes, you basically do not have any experience. Okay, so basically what you're going to be saying in on that personal statement slot is that I am a dependable, highly focused, and energetic support worker, because that is the position you're applying for. All right. And that you want to say that also that your goal is to ensure that your individual's independence level is maintained. All right. And then you also want to say that you are committed to seeing that the services you are supporting achieve their individual set goals. Does that make sense? So that takes care of both the experienced healthcare assistant and the non-experienced. Now, if you are experienced, therefore you have a work history, or what some people say professional experience. So what do? You start with your most recent work experience. Say, for instance, you've been a auxiliary nurse for the past 8 years. That is your most recent. So that stays on top. Okay. And the least one, the one you did maybe like 2005 to 2010 or something, will be at the bottom, because you have the one you did from 2019 or 2018 that's at the top. Right? Now, when you've done that, you want to put your responsibilities. Now, it's always good to put your responsibility in bullet points, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of already. You state it straight to the point. Responsible for what? Monitoring and what? Recording vital cycle. That's what you do as an auxiliary nurse. Giving patients personal care, feeding patients, all those things you've done, put them bullet points. But again, don't make it too lengthy, because you still have other things to go under. Now, when you're done with that, the next thing you're looking out for is your educational experience. That goes on there. And then you have your key skills. What are your key skills? Those things you have been doing rather on the job, and then maybe you are still doing on the job. All right. Then you go for additional experience or additional information. All right. You put that there. If you don't have any, fine. And then references. Now, because of data protection, you want to keep putting people's phone numbers, names, and addresses on application forms, or should I say CVs rather. All right. So you just put there for references. Underneath references, you want to put available on request. Okay. Now, I'm going to come back to those who have no experience. Remember, we said your personal statement will state there that you do not have, but you have learned through the care certificates you have done, and you are willing and able to maximize the skills you have learned to. I've said that, made that, already known. Okay. So because you read possibly mass communication, all right, or you read, say, banking and finance or something, or you're a bank manager, or you were a public relations manager, a customer service manager, where you were, or you're just fresh out of school, you want to leave that job experience later on. You want to put your educational experience first. Why do I say that? I say that because, in the different countries where you are watching this from, you will have accredited centers for you to go do your care certificates. And I mentioned those in my video, the requirements. All right. So though that one comes first, because that is what you have done. That is the most recent, and that is what's applicable, what is needed. Yeah. So you put your education experience first and your job experience afterwards. Okay, so your education experience, to put your care certificate you have done, you want to state the, what do you call it now, the center, the accredited center you did it in. Okay, and then you want to put your key skills that you've learned, which are what? Health and safety, personal care. Okay, now let's say you don't have any experience at all. All right, so let's leave personal safety alone. You want to do something like good communication and organizational skills. You want to have something like you're compassionate. You want to have something like you're a team working or team worker, or a good team player. Okay. You want to put something like patient confidentiality. All right. You want to put something like what else can you put now? Okay. Just think about it. Think about what else to put in. That's when it's coming to my head right now. I don't want to mess it all up. So put what you think you can put, because I've already mentioned team working, good organizational skills, okay, and good communication and organizational skills. I've already put there patient confidentiality. So think about it. What else can you put that you have learned on the courses that will put there for your skills? So what comes next is your work experience, your employment history, whichever word you want to use, and then you state what you are doing at the moment, and the skills you are using there, or should I say your responsibilities. Of course, again, bullet points. Okay, so let's say you were a mass communication. Of course, you have to have good communication skills, right, and organizational skills. So you put that there as well. So those things that you are doing on the job you are doing, that are kind of what do you call it now? Transferable to the healthcare. You put them there. Okay. And then of course, after that, you have of course, you have your additional information and your references. Of course, reference was said to be made available on request. Okay. Now, if you feel I was too fast on the video, do let me know in your comment section. I will also clarify some more if that makes any sense. All right. So in my next video, based again on popular demand, a lot of you are asking me for non-health related job progression options. So in my next video, that's what I will be doing. Until I see you then, never you forget this. Always remember that no matter what the matter is, you matter so much more. Au revoir.